squeaky toy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, where they don't even have their humanity anymore. They're like a cartoon. Like the way that they sound.
Yeah, they're so oppressed that they have bound feet without binding it. Their feet just naturally made that way.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just don't know how you go, how is this a person? How are you real?
You should walk up to her at a coffee shop and be like, "Excuse me, as a white guy, I'm gonna fuck you right now." She goes, "Okay, thank you." And then you pick her up and then you just fuck the shit out of her. Like a fucking auto blow, and then you just chuck her in the garbage.
You seem nice. You don't make me take SATs, do you?
Thank you for not being Asian like
You don't make me take cello lessons all day, do you? I will be with you now.
Oh, you need to meet my parents, and my dad will kill you with gun. With big gun.
It's different from the baby woman. Because Devin has pointed this out.
The white baby woman.
When we were watching Civil War in the theaters, and you said, "Who's the lady? Who's the baby woman?" It's a woman. It's a grown woman who had a baby's voice.
Yes, there was
an actual baby.
Not in the movie. In the theater.
In the theater.
Yeah.
There was a baby lady watching the movie, and she kept being like, "Oh my god!" Oh! And you want to literally put a fucking pacifier in her stupid mouth. Be like, Jesus Christ! Like, why don't you breastfeed yourself?
Yeah.
She was like goo-gooing and gaga.
Truly.
I was like, what the fuck? And then we had the Black Rifle Coffee guy. But regardless,
who was dating the baby woman?
I don't.
It's so funny. Ben has
might have been his bodyguard.
Ben has so few life experiences. He talks about the time he saw Civil War for like 3 months straight. 2 people presented themselves as mildly amusing, and Ben has been thinking about them every day of his life.
I have so many things I do throughout the day, but they involve my baby, and I'm not allowed to talk about my baby on the show.
That's true.
Thank God.
Because I did Father's Day stuff all day.
Oh, right.
And then I got into a new weird obsession with tube amps and stuff, and that is going to bore the shit out of you, too. So.
Tube amps? Oh, tube amps.
Yeah, I got Japanese speakers, and
Right.
I got a tube amp, and I learned how to hook up speaker wires.
You're on to
and
being an audiophile now.
Yeah, I sit between the speakers and I put on The Whale on vinyl that I have, the soundtrack by Rob Simonson. It's a masterpiece.
And then you read the Father's Day text we got from Dad over and over again.
Your dad's text was insane.
I know. I went to sleep because he wakes up at 3 just in pain every day. And I was like, I'm going to wake up to the most fucked up Father's Day text tomorrow. And sure enough, I roll over and she's like, "Please don't kill me for my sins."
That's literally what he said.
Happy Father's Day.
He goes, "Happy Father's Day." He goes, "I'm sorry I wasn't a very good dad. I tried my best. We all did."
I think he said, "Please try to forget all the bad things I did and remember all the good."
Yeah, and then he included the nerd emoji for some reason.
Yeah, the guy with the buck teeth.
The guy with the buck teeth and the glasses.
He doesn't know what it means.
He thinks that's the fucking Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Yeah, he thinks it's Mickey Rooney.
That's him trying to relate to us because he listened to the pod.
He goes, "I know you'll probably appreciate this. Here's some Asian racism."
Who was the guy?
I wanted to text back. Happy Faggers Day, just because that was so gay. What he sent me.
Who was the fucking? Oh, you wanted to text back Happy Martyrs Day.
Yeah, I said Happy Martyrs Day. Yeah.
Who is the guy that everybody thinks is like a comedic genius? Whoa, what's that?
Can I tell you? Also, Mom texted me and she said I sent him a card and she goes, "Thank you for sending the card. No one else sent a card." So I got hit with the double-barrel shotgun. Right out of the
Your
gate
dad
this
didn't
morning.
get any cards?
Just from me.
From you?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't expect
I
you to
sent one and I had.
Was there rice in it?
I was writing it like that scene in Liar Liar where he's trying to write the pen is blue. I had to grab my hand and move it
You had to
across.
ask somebody else to write it for you?
I had to dictate it to a homeless Chinese guy in my neighborhood. Yeah. So I didn't want to forget that.
No, I was just gonna say that Dad thinks stuff is where it's a guy. I'm trying to remember the guy who was. Everyone said he was the funniest fucking guy to ever be an actor back in the day. He was thin.
Al Jolson.
No, not him. It's the guy who would act in movies, and people are like, "There's no one." Is Buddy something or
Buddy Hackett?
Buddy Hackett. Buddy?
He's a big fat guy.
No, fuck. Who am I thinking of? He there's that one movie.
Peter something.
There's that one
Peter
movie
Sellers?
what's the movie where he's fucking Chinese? Where he's doing Chinese face.
Mickey Rooney, Breakfast at
Mickey
Tiffany's.
Rooney.
No.
Peter Sellers.
No, it's
Peter
another
Sellers
guy.
is Chinese in a bunch of movies.
It's another guy. He died recently, and everyone said he was a comedy legend. And you watch his stuff, and he's just he just is black in a movie.
Jimmy
he's
Savile?
Chinese.
I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
Your dad's favorite comic was Jimmy Savile.
He goes, I used to listen to Jimmy Savile and Gary Glitter driving around the truck. He did once tell us that he loved Queen back in the day until he learned Freddie Mercury was gay. Then he said,
really affected.
He literally said he spent 10 years through the 90s like turning the radio station if Queen came on after being a huge fan, which does rule.
God, what a brutal life.
That does kick ass. Did you find the guy?
It's like not really that well known of a movie, so I'm trying to think of the other thing that he did, but he was just like, he was a guy, he would like sing and dance, and like, it was one of those movies where you gotta watch this, and you put it on, he's just dancing with a lady like this, and then he like slips. I think he was the Pink Panther guy, maybe?
Peter Sellers.
Yeah.
Peter
Nah, it wasn't
Sellers.
him.
Well, why do you think Pink
You've been
Panther
describing Peter Sellers.
Steve
I don't
Martin?
think so. I think you guys are
You're
retarded.
like, he was Doctor Strange guy. He was in Being There.
You keep saying we're wrong.
Well, it's driving me crazy. Now you don't
It's
know.
Mickey Rooney.
No, he's literally thinking Peter
He
Sellers.
would tap
He
dance
doesn't
and
want to
stuff?
admit it.
I don't know, man. Who
Yeah,
knows?
you
Who cares
fucking
about any
suck,
of these people?
What the fuck is
Yeah, we hate you, man.
Who cares? He was racist.
Yeah. Hey guys, make mealtimes easy with HelloFresh. They send farm fresh,
Bruh.
pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes right low grade. Like the comedy equivalent of like drinking Soylent, where it just never gets over 30 miles an hour.
Okay, right.
Just stays in first gear. But yeah, he just kind of became insane. over
Yeah,
time.
I never understood it. I mean, I tried to, not even recently. Isn't he a guy who just knew Jimmy Kimmel or something?
That's literally what happened. He was He was
Yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel's boxing coach for a like radio sketch on Kevin and the Bean in like 1992.
Yeah, wasn't he like, he was just like an architect for a while, wasn't he? Or something?
No, he built. He was like a construction
guy.
Yeah. He was like a real loser by his words until he was like 35, and just made like $9,000 a year.
He's a North Hollywood guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
L.A. That's cool.
a classic guy.
Classic guy. I love your German
just, like-
shorts that you're wearing, by the way.
Huh?
I love your German shorts you got for Father's Day.
I also have a bucket hat that says Germany on it.
Yeah, it
and
says-
I go outside and people get out of. It's like I'm parting the Red Sea.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm Bruce Almighty wearing that hat.
Yeah.
Walking out, just
Yeah,
moving
just parting
people.
matzo soup.
You see a 6'4" white guy like me walk into a diner with a big bucket hat that says
Yeah.
Germany on it.
It says
Yeah.
Deutschland on it. Even worse.
What does that even mean?
That's what they call Germany.
Germany.
Yeah, that's what Nazis call Germany.
I didn't know that. That makes sense. There was a catfish place in Buffalo Gap called Deutschlanders, and I always wondered what that meant.
That means no blacks were allowed. That was the code word for a sundown restaurant in Buffalo
Dude,
Gap.
I missed that place so much. I looked at the menu the other day.
Yeah.
I just miss a good like catfish fry,
This is how
hush
fat you've been
puppies.
getting. You're doing like fantasy football for eating.
I googled. I found a menu from 2007 in Buffalo Gap, Texas. Like I'm doing research. Like I'm trying to solve a cold case.
You're getting off for the prices. Yeah, cereal. It's a cereal podcast, but you're ranking cereals.
That's very good. That's very good, Devin.
Yeah.
Oh man. You know-
It's this American life because you're very fat in your life.
I just miss I miss a nice. You don't have this out in Los Angeles. It really stinks.
Oh, that
You-
is true. There is no good southern place. You got to go to like South LA to get like a decent one, but
It's still not quite
it's not the same.
I'm
You,
not
you
doing
can't
that.
go to a place and get like a catfish sandwich or
No,
like a
no.
po' boy that's actually like worth its salt.
Like even a New Orleans style anything.
It never works. I've tried a lot of them. They're never that good.
Yeah, there's like a couple places you can go to in like Eagle Rock that's like Southern Fried Barbecue, and you get there and it's like,
Yeah.
Bike Messenger hands you like pastrami on a plate
Yummy.
A lot of
with
them,
white bread.
a lot of them are like white, like hipster guys that lived in like New Orleans or Nashville for like a couple years,
The
and
white
then they
guys
moved to
who
LA.
moved
And
in-
they think they understand like how to like make ribs now.
They're like, I know how to make ribs. I moved into New Orleans the day after Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like kale, collard greens. Fuck off.
You can't find hush puppies in Los Angeles.
No.
It's a damn shame.
They really
it makes me cry sometimes.
They should ship.
I have crying fits because there's no hush puppies.
That's Peppy's daddy.
Hey, Peppy, Daddy. What was that from?
I don't know. It makes me laugh.
Oh,
though.
I think that was literally when we were kids and we were Christian and wanted to kill ourselves. We would just do the podcast, and I think we saw a fat kid one time go, "That's Peppy, Daddy."
That's possible. Yeah. It's stuck in my head wherever it's from.
Mm-hmm.
That's Peppy's daddy.
Just a little pig boy at Deutschland is going, "Give me his Peppy, Daddy."
Just feeding seagulls.
He's like Pac-Man. He just lines them up on a table and just waka waka waka.
People would have families there where it's like it's the equivalent of like a homeless guy with a bunch of seagulls tied to fishing line that he carries around like they're on kites.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's his fucking kites.
You'd have a family walk in and there it's 6 people in a progression of bigger overalls. And you almost feel like they trade them like how hermit crabs switch shells.
Yeah.
They all line up and then hop into the bigger pair of overalls.
Well, I love those families too. It's a very specific thing in these places because it's like one guy is in charge because he seems to be the most abled